game early in the morning. Grand Rising, appreciate you for being in here. Grand Rising, hopefully you got some good rest last night. My daughter, she was up. Hey, what's going on? Appreciate you for being in here. You see the title? Choosing you is selfish. Absolutely. Grand Rising, appreciate you for being in here. Thank you so much. Just getting up, making some breakfast for the Gizmo. Appreciate you for hitting the like. Thank you. I have to always speak on these things. I woke up with this, you know what I'm saying, on my spirit. You know what I mean? Choosing you is selfish. You know what I mean? Choosing you is selfish. I'll get in that. Making my daughter some breakfast. So see, she still asleep. So getting this together for her. And it was just really compelled, you know what I'm saying, to put this, the creator really put this on me. You know what I'm saying? Choosing you is selfish. What do I mean? Let's just take it back a step. Let's just take it back a step. I'll wait till you come back in. Yeah, Chad, what if your mother, like I said, I was thinking about, you know what I'm saying, people say they choosing them. What does that mean? Yeah. Chad, I was asking myself, what is choosing you? What do that mean? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause you know, you always hear this stuff. I'm choosing me. Appreciate you for being in here. Appreciate you for hitting the like. Thank you. Making a little breakfast for the gizmo. She's still out. Shout out to Steph Curry. This is Steph Curry. Making the gizmo some breakfast, making sure it's prepared so when she get up, she'll be ready to eat, which saves me the frustration of her being upset, making my morning smoother. And I was thinking, chat, choosing you is selfish. I want to talk to my people about this morning. First of all, Grand Rising, thank y'all for being in here. You know what I'm saying? You know, y'all can be anywhere, but you're here. I want to get into something, y'all. Hopefully everybody has some great rest. I want to speak about this. Let's take it back a few steps. Mostly everybody in the black community claims to be Christians. Especially if you were born in America, that's what you would claim to be. That's what I always hear when people say they want a God-fearing man. I pay attention to all this stuff, y'all. So this is generally what we hear. A woman says she wants a God-fearing man. You know what I'm saying? Man, I've heard men say that, not as much as women, you know what I'm saying? But however, it seems to be a consistent thing. And mostly everybody claims to be Christian. Well, with their Christian, let's talk about that. They, according to scripture and according to your Bible, you know what I mean? Or people's interpretation, however you view it, you have a 3-in-1. You have the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, right? Father, God, Son, Jesus, Holy Spirit, right? You cannot get to one without the other and so forth and so on, you know what I mean? Even though 3 doesn't go into 1, it's not a math, it's not even a math concept, that's neither here nor there. My point is, this is what you believe. And you also believe that Jesus sacrificed himself, right? He sacrificed himself for you, for mankind, in order that you may live, right? He sacrificed himself. He died for your sins so that way you may have life. This is the Christian, quote unquote, way black people view Jesus. Is that fair, chat? I think it's 100% fair. I just want to speak from a fact standpoint here. This isn't really truly my perspective. This is just we're just dealing with the facts, okay? Now, let's take that a step further. We were all born, okay? We come through our mother's womb, our father's seed, right? We are our father's seed and our mother's womb, right? We all evolved from a clot to an embryo to a fetus, right? And then we come forth. There was a sacrifice, right? A mother sacrificed her health, her life, because I don't think that there's anything that's more difficult. And this is just from a biological standpoint. Obviously, I would never know this, but I don't believe there's anything that's more difficult and more serious than bringing life into this world. You can't tell me that there's something that's more taxing on the spirit and on the mind and on the body than a woman birthing a child. Like what can top that, right? This is why I think the Creator gave that responsibility to women and not men, because he knew that we weren't fit for that part, right? No. So that was, I believe, a lot of the trade-off, you know what I'm saying? Once again, I'm getting into what I believe. I don't want to get into what I believe at this point. I do that, y'all gotta. That being said, y'all, so there's a sacrifice, and she chose to bring us into this world. So our mother chose to bring us into this world, right? She didn't abort us because we're what? We're here. There was what? A sacrifice being made. So with that being said, your religion tells you there's a sacrifice. There's a sacrifice for you to be here. Somebody fed you, clothed you, took care of you, loved you, brought you up. And then now all of a sudden, when it's your turn to sacrifice, you telling me or you telling the internet or other people that that's not your role, or your happiness somehow supersedes your responsibility. That's where you get lost. That's where you get lost. And I'm just a guy with a GED, y'all. I'm not overly intelligent, or I'm not overly educated, I should say. But you're not going to tell me how that makes sense. How it makes sense that you don't have to sacrifice for anyone else but yet somebody had to sacrifice for you. People continue to mention my happiness. They continue to mention my happiness in different comments, or you know what I mean, when I get on videos, or sometimes I get emails where people say, Awesome, you're not happy. You know what I mean? You're not happy. You know what I mean? Doing what you're doing. Because you was living a different life. I say, you got to understand something. I continuously say this. It's not about my happiness. I cannot explain that. I cannot emphasize that enough, y'all. My job was to sacrifice for my daughter. See, once you have children, y'all, there's a sacrifice that has to be made, right? And no longer, if you want to be happy and you want it to be about your happiness, then you should not have children. Then you can make the world about your happiness. If you decide that you don't want to do anything to benefit humanity, if you decide you owe no debt to the people who sacrificed for you to be in a position, then you can do that, right? Because you can do that because somebody else did it for you. You know what I mean? You can do that because somebody else decided that, you know what, they can be in a position where they can be selfish, right? At one point in time, we felt we had more of an obligation towards one another and towards our community. But if you just decide that you don't want to be a part of that and you don't believe that you want to push the community forward another step, this is why you can sit back and condemn black people now, or black people. You have a lot of people, y'all, that would condemn Martin Luther King now. You have black people that want to sit back and condemn Malcolm X, and you know what I mean, and they want to come up with different ways in order to talk about their legacy and their contribution when you, my nigga, ain't done shit. Shout out, appreciate the like, thank you. You have the ability to say that now in hindsight, but yet you never, but you never ask yourself this: why has there never been another leader like King ever, right? He had the world he had the black community in the palm of his hand at the age of 32. He was the absolute unadulterated king. And then king, you know, by name, and here's the thing, whether you think he was perfect or not, why didn't you improve upon his design? But you can sit back and condemn him for the choices and decisions that he made. And even then, he realized that, you know what? It wasn't perfect. And I can kind of get in his mindset. You're between a rock and a hard place. You're like, well, damn, I got to get something for my people, but this isn't quite what I want. And then he realized it. But yet, all you know is I have a dream speech because you stupid and you don't read and you don't know anything else other than what somebody else has told you. Right? But once again, you have the ability to judge his progress or non-progress. But yet, here you have an opportunity to do something in real time. You know what? King brought us here. Let me see if I can take it here. But no, you want to sit back and talk about him. Once again, y'all, sacrifice. He sacrificed his life, right? He was killed for what he believed in, trying to push our people forward. But once again, you internet niggas got the ability to sit back and talk about another man when you ain't done shit. Because you read a book in a white man's college, all of a sudden you some fucking genius. But then when you try to put then when I jump on these guys, yeah, put me up on your page. Yeah, pull me up. These guys like Chad Owens, when I try to get on their joints, y'all, they don't want no smoke. That's what the funny part about it is. When I try to jump on their joints to get on there, I say, bring me up on your panel. Yeah, you would talk that junk when I'm in the chat, but you won't pull me up. You niggas is hoes. But once again, y'all, there I go, jumping off. My whole point is, y'all, about sacrifice. I always hear about sacrifice, and I always hear about how everybody wants a Christian man, right? But then these same women will basically say, it's about my happiness. If something doesn't serve me, meaning you have no obligation to, what if I just said, y'all, my situation don't serve me? Let's just say for a minute, y'all, right now, I just said, you know what? This situation doesn't serve me. Y'all know I've been down. Y'all know, you know what I mean, that I ain't been down. Listen, the only thing I was ever good at was hustling and fighting. Those are the two skills that the Creator really gave me. I could make, you know what I'm saying? I knew how to, you know what I mean? I knew how to make a play. You know what I'm saying? I knew how to throw these hands up. Those are, you know, I mean, I can't put that on a resume, right? So with that being said, what does that leave me? So let's say, man, y'all, this situation doesn't serve me. So this doesn't serve me. So let me just walk away from my daughter, y'all. Let me just walk out the front door, open the door, and walk right out. Since it doesn't serve me, right? According to y'all, that's the only thing that matters is the situation serving you and your happiness being paramount, not the fact that you had children and you have an obligation to those children now. And to say, you know what? Once I decided to be reckless, right? And I'm shooting my load, whether you're reckless or irreckless, let's say that you had them with you, you know what I mean? You have them with your wife. But in my case, I was being reckless. She's still my seed. So what if I just said, you know what? Nah, it's not about my duty and responsibility. It's about my happiness. I want to go back to hustle. I want to go back to the streets. Let me just leave her here. Now what? What happens to her? Who's going to protect her? Who's going to love her? Who's going to make sure she's safe, protected, that she can go to bed and not worry about some creep, you know what I'm saying, trying to touch on her, you know what I'm saying, or worse, you know what I'm saying, when she sleep? Who's going to do that? Who's going to make sure that she's safe and she knows that she's valuable and that she can be whatever, you know, and that she can be something in this world? You know what I mean? And she doesn't have to use her sexuality to get there. Who gonna teach my daughter that? Up out of here in my face, man. Shout out to El Cheapo. Good morning. Listen while I sleep. That's my girl. I know you be up early. Appreciate you for being up. El Cheapo. I get it, but typo gone. Burn yourself out if you don't find time for yourself. You still matter even as a father. I get it, Cheapo, but you want to know something? I can't explain it to you. I'm different. I can't explain it to you. It's weird. You know what I mean? It's weird. I don't have that ability to burn myself out because I'm not human in that regard. Like as a man, and I get what you're saying makes a point. It's not that you're not making a point. It's just that my mind, and most men will when your mind is so wired on the destination. It's the same goal, because they used to tell me that when I would get up. I was always thinking, I'm like, okay, I gotta get up, you know what I'm saying, to get to this money. You know what I mean? It was you know, I would tell guys, if it's 2:00 in the morning, call me. If it's for $10, it didn't matter what it was, call me, right? And I would, you know what I'm saying, sometimes I would have to walk. This is when I first jumped out here, y'all. I would have to walk 20 minutes to take a guy 10 out. And then, you know what I'm saying, hey, in some cases you gotta walk another 10 minutes to take another guy 5. You're like, damn, this ain't. But in the end, y'all, it's just how I'm wired. It's a mental thing. Cheapo, it's really, really weird. But you're not wrong in that regard. If I were human, and I'm not. Shout out to Flu Bay. Flu Bay, what's going on, brother? You know what I'm saying? Moorish American brother. Appreciate you for being in here. What is happiness really? From one person, it's not the same as another person. This is facts, Flu Bay. Great point. It was something in the chat, y'all. Did you one of y'all I saw it go down. Did somebody delete it? Cheapo, did you delete it? Let them say what they want to say, Cheapo. If you did, or if anybody, let them say, because I have no problem addressing it. Say what you want to say. Here's the thing, Flu Bay, Moorish American brother, you 100% right. And where does a man's true happiness derive from? In accomplishments. When he can look and he can see something being done, he's done something to benefit other people. You know what I mean? When you look back, the glory of the king, y'all, is the welfare of his people. I want to say that again, man. The glory of the king is the welfare of his people. See, whenever people see my daughter, whenever people see my oldest daughter, they see she's married, she with 3 kids, her father put that together. When they see her, they see she's clean. She's well fed, she's dressed. Ain't a scratch on her, not from me, right? So she's in nice clothing, right? She's always taken care of. That's my happiness, Fluke Bay. That's my happiness. Like as a man, that's where I get my greatest sense of, because I have a duty to her, right? I have a duty because once again, she's my seed, dog. And I'm sure you understand that, Fluke Bay. A lot of times, man, guys, like people think that the world revolves around their happiness or their inability to be happy. They're searching for happiness. And Cheapo has a great point, you know what I'm saying, when she mentioned that, you know, people can burn themselves out. You know what I mean? That's that and the third. But here's the thing, Chipo, when you yes, don't get me wrong, right? When I love the opportunity to have, you know what I mean, a woman like would I long for the opportunity to not have to worry about her so much, where she could be with somebody who would take care of her and treat her well. You know what I mean? I knew she could be in a circumstance like that. Yes. You know what I'm saying? Like that. But in the end, I'm not going to put her in any position that could be detrimental or jeopardize her for that. So I don't know how long it'll take, Chipo. I really, really don't. However long it take, that's okay with me. If it's okay with the creator, then it's okay with me. Y'all, this is the breakfast. French toast, some eggs, and some turkey bacon. Cheapo can't have none of that French toast. She on a diet. Shout out to Cheapo. I didn't delete anything. I have my high school. Okay. Maybe it was a DeMarco. What's going on? Peace, brother. Come on, man. You know come on, DeMarco. This is what it is, man. Like this internet thing is corny. Like, you know, and I'm coming to break all this apart. I'm coming to break this stuff up in pieces. Because if it don't make sense, see, here's the thing, y'all, about the truth. The truth generally makes sense. Have y'all ever noticed how you always hear a story and it's really asinine? You like, wait a minute, man, you went to the store, then you jumped out the spaceship. Before you got out the spaceship, you know what I mean, a dog came up to you and he called himself the atomic dog. And bro, that shit don't make sense. Generally, the truth, when you really, really break down the truth generally makes sense. So you don't have to really qualify the truth. And when you got real, honest people, and I believe what I'm noticing, y'all, is the internet isn't full of just stupid people. We have very like-minded or very common sense people that come over to my channel, and which is what I like, for real. I don't really, because I told y'all, believe this, 70% of our people cannot be saved anyway. I 100% believe that. It's like a cancer. That go for my family members. That go for y'all family members, friends, colleagues, people you know your whole life. A lot of times, y'all, that 70% of the people that in our lives, you know what I'm saying, or of our people, they're like cancer. You got to cut them out. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut cancer out, because you can't, you know what I'm saying, if it just continues to grow and grow and grow. It's like, you know what I mean, where we got to turk a toe. Y'all, I believe we got to be amputated, y'all. I'll be honest with y'all. We like our community gonna have to be amputated, because our community is so poison. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to get rid of people, man. And that's just a simple, and to whatever degree, you know what I'm saying? And then build from that. Because there's no way we can continue to move like this with people that think like this. With people that think it's always about their happiness, Marco. With people that always think the whole world revolves around their happiness and what they want. You know what I'm saying? When you had children, when you decided to shoot the club up, right? Or when you pop that baby, you know what I'm saying, out your womb, then you have an obligation to that child. You have an obligation. Once again, Christian, that's what I don't really like, DeMarco, and I don't know if you heard my opening monologue about that. Like, people, how they claim to be Christians, and they claim that Jesus is the Father, and you know what I mean, and Jesus is the Son, and he sacrificed himself, you know what I mean, on the cross, right, so that they may have everlasting life. That was his sacrifice. He sacrificed his life. So the very creator, according to your Christian ideology, who you follow, you don't have an obligation to sacrifice as well. So you can skip the sacrifice, right? Let me get that right, DeMarco. I want to make sure I understand this. I got a GED. I'm not that smart. So they can skip the sacrifice. They don't have to sacrifice anything, right? They don't have to give up anything, right? In order so that someone else may live. You know what I mean? They don't have to do none of that. All they have to do is continue to do what they've been doing, right? Because it's all about their happiness. Man, get up out of my face, man. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all, I had an issue last night. I had to vomit. I ate a piece of raw garlic, y'all. Y'all know the beneficial properties of eating raw garlic? I ate one piece of raw garlic, and I made me some tea. Next thing I know, y'all, It went through me, y'all, and I found all over the bathroom about maybe 20 minutes later. I don't know if it was this iced tea, because I heated it up. Maybe that's what it was. I don't know what it was. I know I ain't drinking this no more. Because I know it wasn't the garlic, the raw piece of garlic. I know it wasn't that. At least I don't believe it. But yeah, y'all, that's my whole point, y'all. Like this notion that we can just continue, that we don't have to sacrifice for nobody else. That we can just do what we want to do because, you know what I'm saying, because we want to be happy. This is why women walk away from relationships at a, you know what I'm saying, they say, the numbers are over 70%, 80%, right? They'll just walk away from a relationship with a man and the divorce, you know what? I'm not happy no more. Irreconcilable differences. What the hell does that even mean? Wait a minute, I thought you signed up for better or for worse. I'm confused. Y'all gotta help me out. I got a GED, DeMarco. I'm not that smart. I got a GED. I'm not that smart. I got a GED. Shout out to my man, Will Mayfield, man, who I was locked up with. That's what Will Mayfield used to do. He used to, you know what I'm saying? I got that from him. Shout out to Will. She's somewhere out there. I don't understand, y'all. I'm confused. Your happiness, so let me get this right. You can do whatever you want to do, right? But yet somebody else had to sacrifice for you to do what you do. But yet you don't owe an obligation to anyone else. Don't you owe an obligation to your children to see that you stick it out with their father? I met a brother, y'all, yesterday. I was coming out of churches with the Gizmo. And he said, man, brother, you know what I mean? I got a 2-year-old and this, that, and the third. And, you know, he was like, man, I seen you with your daughter, man. And, you know, it went through me. I gave him I said, man, brother, check my YouTube page out, man. It's all about black masculinity and uplifting, you know, the black man's self-esteem and mindset, man. And, you know, showing my story. You know, I think you enjoy it, man. I pushed it out there to him, gave it to him. And he said, man, I'm so happy, man. You know what I mean? I get to see my daughter, you know, every other weekend, man, and this, that, and the third. I said, brother, how do you think that that's enough? Do you think that that's enough time to, you know what I mean, to be a father? Like, you know what I mean? So he got to pay, he has to pay maximum in child support, but yet he only gets to see his daughter every other weekend. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all, how realistic is it for a father? It was either every weekend or every other weekend. But even with that, y'all, it's only, let's just give it down to, let's just say for a fact it's every weekend. That's 8 days out of what? 30? How can you be a real father and put in a real implementation of structure and rules with less than a third of the month? So let's just say y'all's 365 days in a year, which we all know. Let's see, 8 times 10 is obviously 80. You add that 88 days of the year, he gets to see his daughter, but yet he still has to pay maximum child support, right? So he has to jump through these hoops in order to see how can he realistically have a real impression upon his daughter when she doesn't even have the ability to see him on a day in, day out basis? To know that, okay, if daddy find out about this, it's going to be a problem. You know what I mean? Daddy do, you know what I'm saying? Daddy don't like that. Daddy did. No, my daddy don't play. No. There's something to be said, y'all, for a little bit of fear in a child. And I believe in that. I believe that there should be some fear. There has to be a healthy set of fear. A healthy, not set. But there has to be some healthy fear when you're dealing with this stuff. Shout out to DeMarco. Yes, you telling the truth. I cut off a lot of people. My wife asks me why I don't go out and hang out. I tell her, no one out there I need to hang with. I gave a lot to so many when I was hanging out. Yep. DeMarco just called. Shout out to the married black man, man. Appreciate you, DeMarco. I know you black men. Ain't no white man named DeMarco, man. Y'all ever met a white man named DeMarco? Yeah, all right, good luck. Well, Don Juan DeMarco. His name ain't DeMarco. That's a black brother. That's a brother. Shout out to you, DeMarco. Yeah, man. I 100%. 100%. See, a lot of times, y'all, people don't really want you. People really don't want us to be A lot of times people that's in our life, yo, they really don't want us to be happy anyway. And DeMarco, I bet you, you know what I'm saying, a lot of times it's your own family, you know what I'm saying, when they see that you happy, you with your wife and things of that nature, people don't be liking that. People want you to be on their time. So now you have an obligation to your wife, and if you have children, you have an obligation to them as well. So now you're not moving the way they want you to move, and they feel away. Because people don't like us as long as they can benefit from us. People don't like us as long as they can use us, right? As long as we're a tool, they can use us and discard us at their leisure. Then you know what I'm saying? Then they on deck with you. As soon as you set boundaries, this is why, y'all, I keep my boundaries up. I keep my boundaries intact no matter what circumstance I'm in. That's very important, black men. Make sure you do that, man. Make sure you keep your boundaries in the forefront from jump. Make sure you always remember to stay in your masculine. Always remember to remain in a masculine frame, dog. No matter what your circumstance is. That way, when things change, you know what I'm saying, which they will, because that's life, you can still have your principles that you're leaning on. Because people gonna let you down. Like people, and they should, because they human. You know what I'm saying? They don't have you know what I mean? People are human. Like, I remember y'all, I was just watching Shannon Sharp, y'all, you know what I mean? Y'all know about his circumstance, how he got jammed up and stuff like that. You know, he played himself, you know what I mean? He said he was really hurt because people turned their backs on him. He said people he used to talk to all the time stopped calling him. And you could tell it really bothered him. And y'all peep something else. Y'all notice that, I don't know if y'all are young. Y'all are probably younger than me, but I don't know if y'all remember. Y'all can go back and look this up. Ray Lewis caught a murder case, y'all, right before the Super Bowl in 2000. You know what I'm saying? He was allegedly supposed to stab some guy down in Atlanta. You know, so far, I was in prison for it, so I don't really particularly remember it that much. But I definitely know that he was having an issue. Who do y'all think was with him that entire time, going through that particular process with him and had his back 100% and never said anything bad or untoward about him in the media? It was Shannon Sharp. And so when Shannon goes through his thing, what do Dog do? He go right on his podcast. He go right on the white man's podcast and dump on Shannon. This is what he did, y'all. Ray Lewis, great Hall of Fame linebacker, probably the best middle linebacker ever, dumped on his friend on the white man's podcast. And straight up, so when you were going through your situation with a murder rap, he was there for you. But yet, when it comes time for you to be there for him, and to say, you know what, man, that's my man. You know what I mean? I don't know. Let me tell you something, Mark. I'll just make you, let's say for a minute we go somewhere together. Because this is how I am, period, chat. Flu Bear, if you still in here. We go somewhere together. This is why I don't go nowhere with people, y'all. Because if we go somewhere together, then I'm obligated because I'm like that. If we go all in together, then we all come out together. You know what I'm saying? What we're not going to do is, you know what I mean, come out separately. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in that. I believe in unity in that regard. You know what I'm saying? This is why you have to be really careful who you attach yourself to. What I'm not going to do is, because the world is jumping on you, then all of a sudden I switch up on you. I don't roll like that. I'm not a switch side. And that's my man. Let's say, Marco, you did do something wrong. And let's say, even I know you did something wrong. I'll tell you that in private. I'm not gonna tell nobody. I'm not gonna talk about you in public. And Marco, man, you know what I'm saying? And let's say it went down right then. And you know, once we out of it and this, that, and the third, I'll tell you wrong when it's me and you. Marco, man, what's wrong? We say, what the hell you doing? You know what I'm saying? We'll have a conversation, and if I gotta cut you off, I gotta cut you off, right? If I think it was that serious. But in the moment, what I'm not gonna do is use that situation in order to, yeah, man, nigga, you know what I'm saying? He wrong, whoop-de-whoop. What? This is why you cannot listen to these athletes and entertainers, y'all. They living in a different world and in a different tax bracket, and their access is different. And a lot of times, y'all, their brains ain't really all that developed because all they really had to worry about is football and being great at that. Niggas didn't really have to worry about being savvy. They didn't really have to make no moves out here. They ain't really have to figure it out. They didn't really have to, you know what I'm saying? They ain't been in, you know what I mean? They ain't been in, you know, those situations. Their talents and the fact that, you know, they were blessed athletically, and then on top of that, between just being, they were fortunate because they avoided injury and so forth and so on. They were able to go on and be something, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? That I'm not knocking none of that, y'all. I'm just saying I don't like when these guys start trying to give out relationship advice. You know what I'm saying? Or advice about people. Shout out to Melody. Hey, Melody J, appreciate you for being in here. Excuse me. Thank you, Melody J. Marco. Bro, I went from being a millionaire to being broke, helping friends and family out. Now I'm back comfortable. My family and so-called friends let me down. Now I have a wife and kids that they're. Yep, I know you. I think you were still typing. Marco probably ran out of what they call that letters icon. Yeah, man. Definitely understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man. I know all about it, man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say I was rich or nothing like that, but I counted about 866,000 by hand. Yeah, I did took my 3.5 days. Small bills, stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. So I definitely know. I definitely know about it, man. I having that type of cash. One point in time, you know what I'm saying? I probably had about a quarter, about a quarter meal in the bank. You know what I'm saying? And stuff. But I started gambling. I'm playing poker online. I'm playing blackjack online. And I'm thinking, you know what I mean? I'm running back and forth to the casino just before they kick me out. All the casinos done kicked me out at some point in time. I'm a terrible loser, y'all. I'm a sore loser. And y'all, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just gonna tell you, man. And Marco, man, you realize how much peace you got when you start getting rid of people that don't mean you know well. Shout out to the chat, man. Get rid of them people, man. A lot of times we be trying to keep people in our lives, man, who don't belong there. See, me, I ain't got that problem. I'm not pressed for no friends. I'm not pressed for people to like me. I put my posters back up, y'all. I know they look raggedy, but oh well. I think I'm probably gonna take them off though, for real, because I done messed them all up, and I think they just really need to come down. I done messed it. I should have got frames for them, y'all, when I bought them. I didn't. I bought them from where? I bought them from West Virginia. You know what I'm saying? I probably need to do that. I probably need to take them down, overall. But yeah, y'all, that's you know what I'm saying. That's really what I wanted to come share with y'all this morning. You know what I'm saying? Like I was compelled, you know what I'm saying, to just share this game with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, like, man, it's not about your happiness. You know what I'm saying? It's not about your happiness, dog. It's about your duty and responsibility, man. You know what I'm saying? Your life, you know what I mean? Your life should be, listen, when my daughter sits back, I want her to know that, you know what I'm saying, and I want her to have that obligation. Like, my father sacrificed for me. So therefore I have an obligation to him. You know what I'm saying? To him. To live a certain way. You know what I mean? I have an obligation to keep myself, to remember the values that he passed on to me and impart them in my children. Right? And to make sure that I'm with a man that, you know what I'm saying, that is like-minded. You know what I'm saying? Like my father. That you know what I'm saying, that I see he doesn't have to be me. You know what I'm saying? He can be his own man. But you know what I'm saying? He has values that he clings to, and he puts those principles first. Because any man don't put his business first, ain't much of a man no way. A man should always be putting his business at the forefront, right? Because women come, women go. But he should be about his business. He should be about his goals. Never putting me first. And my daddy told me if a man put me first, then he ain't much of a man no way. You know what I'm saying? He should be handling his business. Right? What you worried about me for? You sound like a tail chaser. You know what I'm saying? You sound like a tail chaser. My daddy told me, yeah, you got business and you got things you need to do, but you chasing me around. Yeah, man, you. See, women talk that stuff, but they don't really understand really what it looks like. And then when they do get it, then you don't respect the man. No woman respects a man who chases tail. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, you should be chasing what you're doing. You should be chasing your goals. Women follow men who got business, who handle business. You ain't talking about that. You ain't talking about nothing. Shout out to Marco. You right, bro. I had a friend back in the day. I looked out for him and his family. He tried talking down on me. I had to cut him off. I worked overseas, making 6 figures every 6 months, bro. Yep. Ooh, you was killing it, Marco. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. Marco was killing it. Yeah, Marco, people will do that, man. People will do anything to, you know what I'm saying, to discredit you, and you know what I'm saying. But this is why, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, shout out to you, man, because you a married brother and things of that nature, man. You know, you got you a quality woman, you know what I'm saying, and children. You know, you can just lean back, man, because what you realize is the world, this world is so fickle now, and so full of stupid people that all people do is just give out poor advice. See, that's the thing about being on the internet now. All you gotta do is say anything dumb, and people going to gravitate toward it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, it's as long as they don't care whether or not it's beneficial. They just say stupid stuff. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll just flock toward that. Hey, Vay McVay, Miss Vay. Why you say Mick? That ain't Mick. That's Miss. Hey, Miss Vay, how you doing? Appreciate you for being in here. Grand Rising, sister. Hopefully you rest well. I'm just going on a little tirade this morning about selfishness. You know what I'm saying? And how, like I say, Miss Vay, what if I decided right now that, you know what, this situation don't serve me, and it's about my happiness and me. Me. I just walk out the door on my daughter right now. Gizmo sleep. I could just walk out right now. Get right back to and just go 0 dark 30 for the next year, right? Then pop back up on YouTube, right? Showing y'all everything I've accumulated over the next year, right? You know what I'm saying? In a totally different spot, because I done went back to doing what I'm, you know what I mean, what I was always good at. But guess what, Vay, Miss Vay? It's not about my happiness. It's about my duty and my responsibility, right? And so, you know what I'm saying? Like me trying to be selfish, you know what I'm saying? And trying to put those things over my duty to her. Well, if I wanted to be happy, then I should have never had children, right? That would make sense then. I can say, you know what? I don't owe anybody anything. I don't, you know what I'm saying? If that's my choice, right? Doesn't matter what people did previously before me to put me in a position where I could make that choice. And let's just say, man, I don't have an obligation to my community, even at that point. But the problem is, but the bottom line is I do, right? I do have an obligation. I do have an obligation to try to keep young black men up out of prison. I do. I do have an obligation to tell black men to uplift their masculinity and their self-esteem, so that way they can be respected upon, you know what I'm saying, by the women in their communities, so that way they can have the respect of the world you're over. You know what I'm saying? When you don't own anything in your community, that's a problem. You cannot get any respect if you don't own anything in your community. Shout out to Vay. When we became parents, selfishness goes out the window. Thank you, Vay. You're 100% correct. When you become a wife, when you become a husband, when you become that's the gizmo, y'all. When you become a husband, wife, parent, those things supersede your happiness. That means you have specifically decided to become part of something that is bigger than you. And so this notion that you can just get away from that is unfair and it's untrue. Hey, Gizzy, good morning. The gizmo is up, everybody. Hey, Tinker Butt. Oh, hey, Tinker Butt. The Tinker Butt is up, everybody. I got your breakfast ready. Vay, I done cooked their breakfast this morning. I get so sick of everybody Vay talking about happiness on the internet. Like, what is you talking about happiness? Dog, you have a duty and a responsibility. What are you talking about happiness? Like what? Like, I don't understand this, y'all. I don't understand these people, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And then just because somebody rich said it, that makes it true. Like, I remember, hey, Tinkum. Hey, Tinkum Butt. The gizmo is awoke, y'all, so it's about to be a problem, as y'all already know. Yeah, hey, mama. Hey, daddy's pumpkin. I never want my daughter, y'all, to think that that's something that she did. You appreciate y'all for coming in. Y'all make sure you jive turkeys, wipe y'all feet when you come in, hit the like button for me. Appreciate you. You know what I'm saying, y'all? There's an obligation. Hold on, Gizmo. Daddy got to change diapers. I'm really funny, y'all. You know what I'm saying about keeping diapers clean. For real, I don't like my daughter sitting around no soiled diapers. I don't be playing the games, man. I don't woke her up I'll wake her up. I'll wake her up to change it. I done got a little bit better though, because I can wake. Sometimes I can wake her up without. I can put her in it without waking her up. But sometimes sometimes she a light sleeper though. But yeah, y'all, you know what I'm saying? That's something that's got to be discussed. That's something, y'all, that's really got to be discussed. You know what I'm saying? Like, like this selfishness in our community. Like, we think that the world is about our happiness. Like, you know what I'm saying? What? Like, who do you think you are? Like, but once again, y'all, they're Christians. That's the killing part. So according to them, y'all, Jesus, Gizmo, thank you, Gizmo. Y'all, Jesus, like I say, you know what I'm saying? He sacrificed. But you don't have to sacrifice. He sacrificed for you, but you don't have to sacrifice for nobody. Man, you got to be crazy. And that's what I say, y'all. This is why I say people are stupid. And that's why I say this internet world is stupid. Hey, Tinkum, I got breakfast. I know. Y'all, the Gizmo is awake. Everybody shout out to Gizmo. Yeah, Tinkum, sit down. You have to sit, Pumpkin. No, I know, Pumpkin. I know, baby. Hey, I have breakfast. I know, baby. I know. Here, sit down for Daddy. I have something delicious. I made breakfast for you. It's already made. Oh God, y'all, here we go. Gizmo, here, let Daddy help you. Let Daddy help you, please. You want some breakfast? Oh God, she's such a girl. Y'all wish she was a boy. I just give her 5 across the eyes. I ain't full. What, Pumpkin? Let Daddy give you some breakfast. Everybody say good morning, Gizmo. We got to come up with an emoji for the Gizmo. Let Daddy help you, Pumpkin. I know. If you come on. I have breakfast, Pumpkin. I have a delicious breakfast that's already prepared for you. Yeah, I'm your minion. I'm your okay. You have your minion? Yes. Daddy is your minion? You have to do his job? Yeah, y'all, I don't care nothing about that, man. I'm a dog. I don't care nothing about no damn happiness. This is, you know what I'm saying? Like doing what I'm supposed to do. That's my job. Hey, Demo. Yeah. Okay, let's make sure we say grace. All praise to the Creator. May we always be thankful. So be it. Got some little turkey bacon here. Let's see, y'all, what we got here. Daddy got turkey bacon. Try it, Pumpkin. I got some eggs. We have some French toast. We got some French toast. I'll just give you a little bit. Let's see how that works out. Yeah, y'all. Keep trying to talk. Like I said, y'all, like I said, we just get so much poor advice, man. I don't be knowing where we get this stuff from, man. Let me see. Shout out to Vay. When we become parasites, this goes to the way. This is facts. Josh Grand Rising, man. Josh Grand Rising, tell you something more. Shout out to Josh for being in here. Maya in the house. Gizmo. Miss Maya in the house. Hey, Miss Maya. Grand Rising. Thank you for being in here. Miss Maya's in the house. Miss Maya, I gotta try to figure out how to get Gizmo to eat the eggs. She was an egg eater at first. Now she not. She done been kind of skeptical on the eggs. Here, Tink. There you go. Here, baby. Why are you turning your head? You such a red. I'm not about to argue with you. That's true. They say facts. Appreciate you. What's for breakfast? Some iced French toast sticks, fried French toast, and some eggs and some turkey bacon. I had already made that. That's a great question, Olivia. Happiness is subjective. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Good morning, little princess. Appreciate you. She ready to play, man. Hopefully she ready to go back to sleep. Shout out to Marco, Vay McVay. Good morning, Gizzy. Everybody saying good morning, Gizmo. I'm eating watermelon. Josh, you and this watermelon, man. Josh loves some watermelon. Good morning, you and your daughter. Back at you, brother. I respect you and what you do. Thank you, Josh. Same here. They appreciate you. Give her eggs and give her eggs when she's very hungry. Only when she's very hungry. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That come from a mother. Yeah, you can know that's from mother. Yeah, say this is it. This is what we're eating. This is it. So yeah, it gives my eat them. Yeah, she look at her. Y'all look at her. Look at her. Look at her. She's trying to figure out a way to not be what's the word I'm looking for? Cooperative. Yeah, man. Shout out to the chat, man. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all for being here. But yeah, y'all, that's something that, you know what I mean, that we have to really, really discuss, y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's something we really got to discuss. When we get poor advice from people that aren't there to help us. Hey, y'all, do y'all know I heard repeat what Michelle Obama said? Michelle Obama said, yeah, just date around. Michelle Obama been married for 40 years, but telling black women to date around until they find the person they want. I got men in the chat. Which one of y'all want a woman that done dated around before she got with you? like that's but like I said, once again, y'all, because people have influence and they have the ability to have dumb opinions, they can tell black women this stuff. And I hate that and I speak about black women because black women are the ones who get this poor advice. So they think because Michelle Obama and Kendra said it, that makes it true. Michelle Obama been married for 40 years. What do she know about today's dating climate, right? What do she have in it? She has absolutely no connection. Her and her sissified brother have a platform. So now you got a sissy of a black man and a married broad, right? Trying to give black women advice. like you gotta be kidding me. But you know who they ain't gonna have on there? Why I point in my face, y'all? I didn't have to do that, but y'all know. Just take them? No, baby, you have to eat it. That's turkey bacon. You like that, remember? We discussed it. See, if I let her feed me, y'all, then she gonna try to feed me her whole meal. That's why I don't even start that. Sometimes. No pumpkin. Here, you eat it. Here, let's try it. Here, let's try a little bit of egg here. You take them. She wants to see. I see what type of time it's about to be. So what I do is I just ignore her. Grandma, Gizmo, you don't throw food. You don't do that. Unacceptable. You will not throw your food, young lady. You can look at me like that all you want. You don't throw your food. I'm eating, y'all. It's on the floor. Okay. Okay. Shout out to Vay McVay. Some shot. Vay McVay sent something to the chat. Appreciate you, Vay McVay. But they say it's only men who are the problem. Mm-hmm. Hey. Like I say, so, Josh, when you a masculine man, don't even worry about that. He just do the work. And you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times you're never going to get the credit that you But like I say, as time develops, you know what I'm saying, you'll see how little that matter, how much that fade. They'll always remember you in the you'll always, a lot of times you're not gonna get your credit for real till you dead. That's being a man. And you just accept it. Wait. How are we supposed to find out the one if we don't date different people? Great question, Vay. That's a great question. That's a great question. That's actually a great question. Wonderful question. This is what you do, Vay. Are you saying I'm about to give you some game? Gizmo, no, I don't want your food. I gave that to you. I bought it. I made it for you. No. Here's one of the things, Vay, that I would do, that I would suggest to a woman. Let's just say we're gonna use you, right? Let's just say for a minute, you are looking for someone, right? A lot of times, Vay, in your best, you know what I mean, in the best case scenario, you would try to get with a man who you see has certain qualities from the jump. Is he courageous? That's my number one thing. Also, I'm going to give you his thing, okay? Number one, is he courageous? Why is being courageous so important? Okay? Being courageous is important because if he's not courageous, then he will never have an opportunity to use any of those other characteristics that women find so endearing in a man. Is he courageous? That's number one. Does he have courage? Because if he has courage, then certain things are going to automatically going. That doesn't mean he goes around making bad decisions and crashing out and going to jail. And what that does mean, he has the ability to stand in the eye of the storm and not flinch, even though he's scared. Because being courageous doesn't absolve you of being afraid. It just allows you to persevere through it, right? So there's that. So that's number one. Number two, does he have a plan? You know what I'm saying? Does this man have a plan? And number three, how does he see you fitting in his plan? Right? That's you have the makings of a good man if you have those three things. Right? That's a pretty solid man. But you don't have to date around in order to find that. Like men don't like women who've been dating, because what we consider dating around is, this is how I'm just giving you how the man brain thinks. When you've dated around, we considered it sleeped around. That's how we think. Because we're like, well, dang, you going on with dates with all of these men, what you giving them? That's the because, or you know what I'm saying, what you just using people for free meals? You know what I'm saying? I would absolutely tell a woman to not do that. Okay? Yo, Gizmo does this fake cough. You gonna give me something? Give it to me. Okay. Thank you. Josh. Marriage and dating is Josh does not like either. Shout out to Mayvay. Oh, she wants to eat breakfast with her. Oh, she wants you to eat. Vay, she always wanted. No, that's not. It's like a dog. No, see, Vay, that's the woman in you. See, the woman in you would think that. The daddy in me knows that's not. I'm like the dog that, you know what I'm saying, that she wants to eat her food. It has nothing to do with that. It is not from a nostalgic place. Trust me. Josh, dating around really means sleep around. See, you see, that's exactly how men a lot of times view that. Vay, that's how we see it. And so a woman's best thing is to either keep to herself if she's not dating anyone, or B, get with you a man that you really admire and respect. Get with him. B, keep to yourself. Because when people see that you're dating around, when men hear that you're dating around, like that's not something that we're very territorial. Yes, Tinkum. That's we're very territorial. They. This is being honest with you. Men are very territorial. I would never tell my daughters to. I would never ever tell my daughter to, baby, just date around. Just date as many men as you want. And you know what I mean? Like that. That is absolutely poor advice for her. It makes her seem as if And the best thing about a woman, y'all, is her scarcity. Meaning, you know what I mean, that she hasn't dated around. That's how we. Those tend to be the women that tend to end up being the married one. That's why y'all be like, oh wait a minute, she's not even bad, but she with him. This, that, and the third. Yeah, well, it's because the man saw that he can have a life with her. You know what I mean? Yes, Tinkum. Okay. All right, Tinkum. The Tinkum won. You didn't even eat breakfast like that, Pumpkin. This little girl. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna kick it with y'all a little bit more before I get about my day. Flute Bay, I believe you're supposed to wait for the right one. You don't have to date it right. Shout out to Flute Bay. Mo was right. Mo was 100% right. Like we have to stop giving our women poor advice, Flute Bay. And we only give it, and here's the thing. Because we have to cater to a certain audience, what we do is we give black people, we give black women and black people specifically poor advice. You know what I'm saying? And then we expect for somebody to and we're living by a standard that we're not even able to uphold. And then we wonder why we be in such bad, you know what I mean? We in such a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Like date around. Like no man wants a woman that's dated around. That's literal. Oh, I can't wait to be with her. She showed me a lot of men. No, we want a wife. Now don't get me wrong. Women a lot of times mistake bad attention they mistake any attention for good attention. Men don't want no woman that's been around. They don't, right? They don't. Now, don't get me wrong. They will enjoy your company. Y'all know what I mean by that, right? However, get the keys to the apartment, the lock codes, last name, life insurance policies. No. Shout out to Miss Vay. Josh, dating around shouldn't mean sleep around. Well, here's the thing, Miss Vay. I get what you're saying. We're just telling you how the male brain works. This is what it shouldn't. A lot of things shouldn't be, but they are. That's what I really want to get. That's what I really want to drive home right now. It doesn't matter whether it should or shouldn't be. It's what it is. And so the best thing I would say for you, sister, respectfully, stop listening to broads who don't want to see black men. Because a lot of these people just really hate black men. That's really just truth be told. Let's just be honest. A lot of these people really, really hate and despise black men. They despise black masculinity, and they really want to see black men in subservient roles. That's really just the truth about a lot of these people that just run around here running their mouth. So they'll say anything in order to keep black men in a position of subservience. Look at y'all. Look at her, y'all. She messed with this damn Butterfinger. Come here, Pumpkin. I want the people to see what you're doing. Come here right now. Come here. Come here. Come here, Tinkum. Get your little. Come here, little. Look at this, y'all. Butterfinger. Now, look at you. A minute ago, she had breakfast. Look, she messing around with Daddy's Butterfinger. But that's not mine, y'all. Don't tell me. No. Butterfinger. But that's really, I get what you're saying. It shouldn't be that way, but it is true. It's the same way that women don't like a short man. I'm 6'1". We know that men who are shorter, they struggle with women unless they have money. So that's why a lot of times they have these Napoleon complexes. You know what I'm saying? And there's that, right? That's the thing. Doesn't matter whether it should or shouldn't be. Women like tall men. They do. Why? Because they're projecting their children. They want tall, statuous children. Right? So, and that's okay. That's not right or wrong. It's just what it is. And so, you know what I mean? So, yeah, Vay McVay, I would say, please don't date around. Please stop listening to these women that I want to see you with someone. I want to see you with a quality man who you admire and respect. A lot of these women they'll give you advice that will cater to what you believe. And then when you don't get the results, then you know what I'm saying? Because in the end, they only want your support anyway. They're never going to say anything that's going to truly shake what you believe. So Josh, I don't seek women validation, we know. Shout out to Baby Bay, but they are saying sleep around. That's what they really mean. Shout out, okay, I got that one. If you're dating around, then you're still sleeping around generally. You need to shout out, a Flute Boy, good point. When I stopped dating, the right man finally found me. See, Vay, and this you literally just said it. So you do. I guess you were just trying to get clarification. You know what I'm saying? But yes, exactly. When you get scared, men like scarcity. We don't want our wives being around. We don't like the girl that's known in the club. We don't like the girl that has had all of, you know what I mean, that's been in the bars and she knows all the club promoters and the DJs. Yeah, that's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? That's not a thing that we're going to sign up for long term. It's just not. Shout out to Steph Curry wife said she literally wants a 304. Yeah, this is what happened. Yeah, he made a bad bet. Yeah, you didn't particularly see this, and that this thing has gotten worse, and it's going to continue to get out of control. His situation is going to continue to spiral because once she started this, now it won't stop. You know what I'm saying? She's going to continue to push her boundaries, and yeah, their relationship is on its way to a close, whether he knows that or not. There, you know what I'm saying? Or you know what I mean? He's going to end up in a situation where he like the brother Will Smith. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So there's a lot coming down the pike for him. I'm gonna do a video on that, unfortunately. But this is why, once again, being successful is not enough for women. You know what I'm saying? You know, he is successful. And, you know, we have never heard of him doing anything untoward. We've never heard of, I mean, we don't know these people, you know, in person, in real life. But however, we've only heard of him being a quality basketball player, a quality human being, a quality father, and a quality husband. Doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? He's still catching hell. So what does it matter now? You see what I'm saying? And once again, this is why being a man is so important because, you know what I'm saying, you know, that's ABCs, y'all. Gizmo just passed me this book. Shout out to Flute Bay. Dating around, sleeping around. Is it Western? Yeah. I believe so, Flute Bay. Women who are not involved in that lifestyle recognize that that's not a good look. But I did not. Sleep with everyone. I dated. That's crazy talk. I may be a unicorn though. I only have 3 partners. My many is here's the thing, Vay. You're right at the cusp. And that makes you see, here's the thing. What generally happens with a woman has when you have soul ties. Y'all, I be thinking she be talking, so that's why I get quiet. I think that y'all, when you have soul ties, when a woman, we all know this, when a woman sleeps with a man, she leaves a piece of herself, right? And then she allows that energy to be shot off into her, right? And then, so now she carries that. That's a very, very terrible. There's a consistency in the women that's on my channel. I want you to know this. Whether you know this or not, the women on this channel who come over here to support me, they all are like you, like-minded. They're either wives, they wish to be wives, they either had a father in their life, and I remind them of something that he would say. They either wish they had a man like me to protect them and to keep them safe. There's a certain quality of a woman that comes over here. I get a troll every now and then. For the most part, the women that come in my chat are similar to your circumstance or story. You know what I mean? And what happens is, I like that because I know for a fact I couldn't be for everybody anyway, and nor did I want to be, right? So that's the major issue. That's the major issue that I like for myself personally. It's like, yeah, I can deal with that because I don't want everybody. And you know what I mean? The fact that you're able to get the man that you wanted, and you're not dating. You said once again you stopped, and then you had an opportunity for the man to find you, and that's how it happened. And generally, that's how it will happen. A lot of times, this will happen with a lot of these people. They're trying to find some sort of a unicorn man, some man that don't even exist, right? They think that a 1% man is going to want them and only them. Once you get realistic about certain things, then you can then you can then an opportunity, because most men would be with the woman if the circumstances were, if the circumstances were correct, because we were made for each other. We're better together. You know what I'm saying? But if you trying to, play a man's role, yet want him to, yet want him to, to behave like a female, you trying to cross reference roles and all that. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Not for the real man. Shout out to Marco. Shout out to Marco. She doesn't want to be with one man. I think Steph's wife really wants to. Yeah. You know what, Marco? I can kind of see that. Like, I've heard a little bit of the interviews, and she definitely talking. She definitely not talking like a wife. First of all, she shouldn't even be speaking. They have enough money. What are you on podcasts for? That, like, you're my wife. You don't go sit down somewhere and take care of them kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you have things. What do you even do? And this when I knew DeMarco, she didn't respect him. This is when I really, really knew. Do y'all remember there was an episode, I think they were on The View or something, and they brought out the male dancer, and she took her wedding ring off like she was playing? Like, you know what I'm saying? When she saw the male stripper or whatever that what dude was, some cornball that get out there rolling his stomach or whatever. God, I hate black men that do that. Black men, stop doing that shit. That shit's so corny. My whole point is, y'all, like, this is what she, and she act like she was taking her ring off. That's when I realized, Marco, I'm like, oh, she don't respect this man. She don't. Like, because there's no way you even play like that. That's not even and some people say, well, awesome, you know what I'm saying? She was just teasing. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When you're a married woman, when you're a kept woman, you don't play like that. And real women who are really, really wise, they know what I'm saying. That's not even something that you play with. You don't even approach that. Appreciate the light. You don't even approach that. You don't even play with that. You don't even want that to even be. Listen, that's just not a thing, right? That lets you know how little respect she has for him. Everything that he's done still hasn't been enough. She didn't even, and y'all, she said it. She said she wanted to be a career girl. She wanted her career. She didn't want children. Once again, y'all, this is not what she wanted. This is going to end badly. She only had children because in her, first of all, Aisha's not even that pretty. She's an average broad at best. She's lucky to have gotten a man like this and him to turn into what he's turned into. But instead of her being grateful and appreciative and recognizing that she has a responsibility to uphold the sanctity of marriage and the light that she's in, and knowing the public spotlight and the pressure that is on her husband, what does she do? She makes it about her. This is why you have so many problems. This is why you have so many problems. And once again, y'all, having money does not absolve you from these problems. We see him dealing with this in real time. But I bet you Awesome ain't gonna deal with it. And I'm broke. I bet you I ain't gonna deal with it. I ain't deal with it when I had it, and I ain't gonna deal with it now, and I ain't gonna deal with it when I'm back up again. Book it. Awesome, that's exactly what I said. What you say, Josh? Shout out to Vay. No, but just because you take me out doesn't mean I'm sleeping with you. What? No, I get that, Vay. You may not, and I get that. I'm not saying that you sleeping with all these men. I'm not saying. I'm telling you the way the male brain works. Like, let's just say for a minute, we're all on the same campus, right? Or we know each other. We're all co-workers, and I find out Mike took you out. I found out you went out with Mark, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike. I'm making this. Oh, she gave it. No, that's just how I'm just telling you. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's how women get reputations. This is why it's best to keep to yourself. But you a married one, but you a kept woman anyway, so you know what I mean? You don't even. But see, they tell black women this. They only tell black women this because they want to keep black women perpetually single and continuously keeping keep you know what I mean, to keep them continuously spending, you know what I'm saying, and continuously in this perpetual loop, this mouse trap. You know what I mean? Where they don't find the men that they, Gizmo, do not tear my book. Give Daddy that. Give Daddy his book. Give Daddy his book. No, you have your book, Pumpkin. This is my book, y'all. You use your book. I'm about to get off, Pumpkin. I just want to let me see. The Lord is my witness. I've had a few older women trying to come on to me in my early 20s, even in the marriage. Oh yeah, oh I guarantee it, Josh. They gonna always, yeah, that's for sure. They, these women, shout out to they, these women now are like you. Yes, shout out to Ed over here, Gizmo. Ed over here. Shout out to. I gotta do this. I gotta get all of these clothes, y'all. I got cleaning up. I have to do today. Stuff is out of place. Definitely gonna get it in place. Good Grand Rise, Edible. Hopefully you slept well. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this episode, Edible. I don't know how much you heard, Josh. Most women. All right, Gizmo, it's time to go. Baby, we shouldn't teach our daughters how to date. We should teach our daughters how to date without sex. Okay, so Vay, you think that I should okay, let's just use this. My daughter, she's very. You think I should tell her to to date multiple men, but don't sleep with them? What does that look like? Let's just I'll ride the train with you. What does that look like? What do I tell my daughter? Okay, don't sleep with men, but yet allow them to take you out and to have a good time. Now, I'm going to tell you how men think. We get territorial, as I mentioned previously. Now we've taken you out, and yet we still have not received anything for what we believe. We believe she's used us. Now a lot of time we can feel away because we think that we've been taken advantage of. I done took this girl out 4 times, and we know for a fact that women are not paying on these dates, right? So if he's taking you out, then by default he's paying. So now he's paid for multiple dates to take you out, to court you, and then you haven't given him anything, and he hasn't received any return on his investment. Now what does that look like? Shout out to Josh. If I ever get married, which may not happen, let me see, my wife be around 10 years older than me. I actually virtually met a woman who's in Atlanta, Georgia, when I'm not near Georgia. She's like 38. Well, shoot, whatever you want, man. Be happy, brother. You know, I'm supporting you. So whatever you think. You know what I'm saying? 10 years older than you, Josh, that's a long way. Shout out to Flute Bay. It's very dangerous in this world. I think we should go back to parents choosing the young man for their daughters. Young women are ending up dead and missing, going on there. This is fact. Now, Flute Bay, we get into another subject. Oh, well, not really another subject, but you 1,000% right. I'll tell you this. Best case scenario, and this is obviously best case scenario. Pumpkin, this is, you know what I'm saying? I met a young man from a certain family. He's of a certain quality. He's of a certain ilk. And you know what I mean? You're like, hey, Pumpkin, this is who you're going to be with. This is that. Now, we don't marry for love. You may not even love him at that point. You know what I'm saying? But you understand that this is the best case scenario for you, and then you recognize that through being able to be dependent upon one another, you learn that you can count on this man. He has the qualities and characteristics that you're looking for. Then you find love. But yeah, y'all, I'm with Flute Bay because this notion, like women have a horrible time picking partners. Women have a horrible time picking men to be with. Women have a horrible time picking husbands. They don't know what they're looking for. Men know we know what we're looking. Flute Bay, we know what a man looks like. DeMarco, yeah, he got it. Or okay, well listen, you know what I'm saying? I can sharpen him up in certain ways, but yeah, he has a future, right? He's going somewhere. He's okay. This guy is a good bet. Women don't know what they're looking for a lot of times, and they get confused. I'm going missing me out, Josh. Young women are. It's Gizmo. Come here. I'm going to Newark was the end of the season. They just don't pay them. Yep. Let me see. You cannot keep women contingently. That's not their nature. Just that. No. You got to be a man. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no keeping no woman content. No, Josh. You know what I'm saying? Happiness isn't a lot of times. You know, is a lot of times synonymous with a lot of women today. That's why you got to be a man. Because you know what I'm saying, when you being a man, opportunity's gonna always befall you. Shout out to I'm late. What did you mean by choosing me? When I said, oh yeah. Oh my, I think I was talking about in terms of when people say they choosing them, like that's the selfishness part. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the ability to say that you're choosing them. They're choosing themselves. You know what I mean? Like you have, you know, like there's a selfishness there in terms of saying you're choosing you. What if we all decided to choose us? You know what I'm saying? Then how will we ever, you know what I mean? We have an obligation to other people. We have an obligation to our children. Once you decide you're having children, then all of a sudden that goes out the window. You have an obligation to your children. You have an obligation to your husband, your wife. Like this notion that we can just choose us, and we don't have to be accountable. That's I don't like that. Self is weak, like many. Yes, I agree with that, Marco. Yes, I'm from Texas. I never dated a woman from my city. The rules of dating is you never date from your own town. My wife from Chicago, and I'm from Texas. Yep, shout out to Marco, smart man. Who y'all talking about? This was Edva. This is because you're a lady. You don't really know these people. Edva's y'all. If y'all don't know this, Miss Edva's a stone cold lady. She never knows who these people are. She never does. It's not even fake or hyperbole. She really doesn't. Steph Curry is a basketball player. He's a very successful basketball player. Aisha Curry is his wife, and so basically she's going on a spree in order to make this man look weak. And a lot of black women are obviously high fiving this and this, that, and the third. And she's telling her truth, her truth, your truth, subjective BS that they always continue to try to push. And it's going to end badly. Book it. Shout out to LeBron. Shout out to Josh. LeBron's wife doesn't respect him either. Nothing will please most of them, just saying. Well, at least she was quiet for a long time, Josh. I don't really know about now. Steph is the reason her restaurant lines. Yeah, she needs to focus more on them children. Steph could have done much better. Yeah, that's probably, I think that was his first love. I think, what I'm saying, that she ended up Tom Brady as well. His wife left him. Now I regrets it. Yeah, you don't leave a man like Tom Brady. You know what I'm saying? Because he put his business first. And I think that she was, according to reports, she was messing around with some personal trainer or something. My wife ain't got no personal trainer unless she's a woman. Like what are you talking? Personal trainer? Hey, homeboy, hey, cornball, you're not personal training nothing here. All right. Shout out to DeMarco. When you get married, you never take the ring off. Not even to sleep or bathe. That ring means 1 + 1 = 1. Shout out to Marco on the math. This is facts. All of that taking your ring off, trying to make him look weak, trying to make him look bad. This is the stuff that we have to deal with, black men, or so this is the world that you have to navigate. However, what you have to do for real, y'all, is unplug mentally, become masculine, become stoic, and your opportunities will befall you. Don't be thirsty. Don't thirst trap. A lot of times you guys, let me tell you what a lot of you guys do. You like women's pictures on social media. You go, hey, beautiful. You jumping in inboxes. You look thirsty. You know what I mean? Every time you see a woman, you know what I'm saying? You always, you acting like you have no self-control. You know what I mean? And so, you know what I mean? And now these women's heads are full of because they have an inbox full of men who will tell them exactly what they want to hear instead of telling them the truth. And and not that you have to tell women the truth. You know what I'm saying? Listen, you should just be a man. You know what I'm saying? Not even be dealing with these women. What you like in her picture? I can't remember last time, y'all, I liked the picture, and it wasn't a quality picture. I don't like thirst trapping pictures. I don't. I don't like them pictures where girls bend over, twerking. I don't like none of that. I'm not never giving you the satisfaction of letting you see I liked your picture. Quality, elegant, ladylike, sophisticated. That's what I'm gonna lift up. All right. I'm not lifting up ratchet. I'm not lifting up thirst trap. I'm not lifting up none of that. So when you a man and you doing that, you getting what you get. You know what I'm saying? Like lame. You acting like, you know what I'm saying, you don't have the discipline to be like, man, I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I'm not liking this chick pictures. I'm not, you know what she looking for. She looking for attention. And you giving it to her, and then now you mad because, you know what I'm saying, she playing you like a sucker. You a buster. Shout out to Josh. Gizmo. Yeah, Gizmo always up to something. I wouldn't be ready for marriage. I would have myself like shit, kids, whatever they want. Shout out to Josh. Now, appreciate y'all for being in here. Thank y'all so much for being with the Awesome and the Gizmo. Y'all make sure I hit the like and subscribe button. The Gizmo I have to clean up. Oh, boy. I have to clean up. Take care of business. Gizmo is Gizmo saying her ABCs. Gizmo say see you later. Say see you later. Y'all be blessed, be grateful, be thankful. Y'all make sure y'all tell people about the Awesome and the Gizmo show. Make sure y'all share. Definitely, I gotta ask y'all to do that more because I always forget. Y'all make sure y'all share. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you know what I mean. Y'all let know who the realest YouTube channel on this junk. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely the realest. I'm the realest guy doing this. You know what I'm saying? There ain't nobody who ain't no pump faking over here. Look at Gizmo, she getting back. Black power, Gizmo. Black power. Y'all be blessed. Be thankful. We out of here. Ah!